Hello and welcome to some more riding with Red on JFR. Today is the damn hot weather. Damn hot. 92 Fahrenheit. And it feels like 92 or even more. It's very humid. Not necessarily natural habitat. Or not necessarily the typical weather for Minnesota. But it does happen. Even though it's considered the coldest state in the United States, apart from Alaska, of course. But why don't I share with you something quite interesting for a beginner? So, the topic for today is, how do you wash your motorcycle? The answer is pretty simple, honestly. But I'll tell you my opinion, my story, my view on it. So basically, you put it in a car wash, in the one that's called the self-service. Of course, not the one that you have to put, not the automatic one. That's the one. That's the word. So. You just do it manually. The biggest thing to me, I didn't know how to wash it. From that meaning that I didn't know how and what I should spray or shouldn't spray. So basically, is there any electronics or exposed electronics or electrics that I shouldn't be spraying with water? Will I damage anything? How do I do it? Well, our car wash is a limited one, so it costs $3 and it works for 3 minutes. So it's somewhat a limited time, especially when you don't really want to spend too much. But honestly speaking, for a motorcycle, it's pretty much enough. So I'm gonna include the video how I do it, or how I did it the last time. But what do you basically do? Or I do. I wash the motorcycle from top to bottom, and I make it dry from top to bottom. So what I do is I turn on the wash regime, or the setting, and honestly speaking, wash. So it's basically a detergent for motorcycles and all that. But let me have a sip of water first. Wonderful. Cold. So I have, if you don't see it, but I have the Camelback backpack, which has water in it, or the container that has water in it, and the tube. So it's very good in this weather. So back to washing. So basically, you choose that washing setting. You pre-soak your motorcycle, so you spray it for a minute or so. You make sure that you don't have any bugs, any terrible stains on your motorcycle. That's why you do the pre-wash. And then what you do, well, you go around the motorcycle, make sure it's pre-soaked everywhere, and then you basically wash it with just a regular rinse setting for the time that's left. That's exactly what I do. My suggestion, and I just want you guys to know, that if you're picking up the motorcycle with fairings, in the bottom point where they connect, those lower ones on sides, so or lower cowl, whatever that's called, or lower fairing, wherever they connect, it's exactly behind the front wheel. So this is when or where you get the sand accumulating. So make sure you wash right there, right after the front wheel, inside of those fairings. There is a ton of sand going on, and it's not gonna hurt you if you leave it. But at the same time, if you're washing the bike, why don't you wash that part too? So after you wash your motorcycle, make sure you touch the wheels as well. Make sure you wash through all the cracks, all the connections within or between the panels. Make sure that there is no detergent left, because it'll be annoying. It'll be an annoying stain on the fairing whenever it's gonna dry out. So what you're gonna do next? Of course, you gotta put the hose away and everything else. Nothing is obstructs you from making it dry. And you use a special towel, or what I do, I use a special towel. It's a pretty large one. It is for a car. You don't need to squeeze it out, or meaning you don't need to squeeze out the water that you collect during the drying out process. And while drying out, that's exactly what I said before. You dry it out from top to bottom. So basically, you make mirrors, your windshield, panels, upper panels, and the tank dry first, and the seat cowl first. You may ask me why, but the reason is pretty simple. You don't want those panels to be scratched, because even if you washed your bike thoroughly, you may still have some debris got stuck somewhere, and you're gonna pick it up and you rub it against those parts, which you don't want to do. So talking about that towel, it feels like it's rubberized, or it has something. It has something that makes that towel really go slow. Or honestly, it's very hard to get rid of the water with this towel, but it's made that way so that it absorbs all the water on a car or on your panels. But it works very, very well. You'll see it on the video. I have that a lime green, whatever you want to call it. It works great. I bought it on eBay. you guys ride safe. Safe rides, safe roads. As always, guys, we'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy and goodbye.
Ridiculous when you try to wash it like during rush hour. You even cannot get to the car wash itself. It's some spots free. So yeah, I think it's moving. What's going on here? There was no cop. I didn't do it on purpose. I just needed a place. I don't know. I am here. Just let's cut to the washing process itself.